All right, today we're going to break down Google's really powerful AI, Gemini. And look, this is way more than just another chatbot. Think of it as an engine that's built to analyze, create, and connect information in a way that could totally change how we get stuff done. So let's just dive right in.
So, the big question on everyone's mind is, what can this AI actually do that a simple Google search can? Well, we're talking about a tool that goes way beyond just finding information. It understands it, it connects the dots, and it can even help you create brand new things with it. Let's pull back the curtain and see exactly what's under the hood.
To really get where Gemini is headed, you have to see how incredibly fast it got here. It actually started as Bard back in early 2023, but in less than a year, it got a complete overhaul and was reborn as Gemini, and it shot up to become the second most popular model out there. That kind of speed is just wild, and it really sets the stage for the power we're about to see.
So what is it that makes Gemini such a big deal in the crowded AI space?
It really boils down to three things. First, it's deeply, and I mean deeply, integrated into everything Google. It can talk to your Gmail, your Drive, Maps, YouTube. It connects your whole digital world. Second, it's what they call multimodal, which is just a fancy way of saying it was built to understand the world like we do, through text, pictures, sound, and video, all at the same time. And third, and this is a big one, a lot of its most powerful features are currently free.
Okay, so those are the big ideas. But how does that actually translate into something useful for you, day to day? Let's take a look at how Gemini can pretty much become your own personal super assistant.
The cool thing is, Gemini isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. You actually get to choose your engine. If you've got quick, everyday questions, you can use the 2.0 Flash model. It's super fast. But if you're tackling something more complex that needs real analysis, you can switch over to 2.5 Pro for some serious reasoning power. And for the really professional stuff, the deep research model can basically generate a whole report for you.
So how do you actually use this power? Well, one of the most practical things is document analysis. Forget spending hours reading. Gemini can find that one needle you're looking for in a massive digital haystack, and it does it almost instantly.
For example, you could just upload a super dense 100-page financial report and ask it to find the key numbers. Gemini just scans the whole thing, pulls out the exact data you asked for, and it even tells you which page it's on. That's a huge time saver.
And it's not just about words on a page. Gemini can literally be your eyes. Imagine you're traveling and you're staring at a menu in a language you don't speak. You just snap a photo, upload it, and ask for recommendations. Gemini will analyze the picture, translate the text, and give you a full breakdown of what to order. The technology that makes all this possible is that multimodal AI we were talking about. It just means the AI was built from the ground up to understand different kinds of information, like the picture of the menu and the words on it, at the exact same time. This is really the core of what makes Gemini so versatile and so different from a simple chatbot.
Okay, so Gemini can help you find stuff. But what if it can help you build something totally new? Let's check out how it can act as your creative co-pilot.
A really powerful tool for this is called Canvas. Basically, it's like an interactive whiteboard you share with the AI. You can give it a starting point, like, build me a simple website that organizes AI tools. It generates the code. But then you can work with it, refine your ideas step by step. You can say, now add a search bar, and it just modifies the code instantly. You're building and tweaking together in real time.
And of course, that creativity goes for visuals too. Just like other AIs out there, you can simply describe a scene you're picturing in your head, and Gemini will generate a brand new image, bringing your idea to life. We've seen it assist and create. Now let's get to what might just be Gemini's single biggest superpower, turning it into a full-on research engine. The deep research process is seriously impressive. You start with a tough question, but instead of just spitting out an answer, Gemini comes back with a step-by-step research plan for you to approve. Then it scours the web, analyzes info from tons of sources, and gives you a comprehensive report with citations and everything. This automates what could take hours, if not days, of manual work. But hey, reading a dense report isn't always fun. So Gemini has this awesome feature where you can click Generate Audio Overview, and it turns the text into a dialogue. It's like a mini podcast with two AI voices discussing the key findings. It is such an engaging way to absorb complex information.
And what makes all of these features even more powerful is that deep integration we talked about. By just typing the add symbol, you can basically command your entire Google suite. You need to find an attachment in Add Gmail, summarize a long file in your Add Drive, get the key points from a 2-hour YouTube video. You can do it all without ever leaving the chat.
So that's what Gemini can do today, but this platform is always changing, always evolving. So let's take a quick peek at what's just over the horizon.
There are 3 things you should really keep an eye on. Custom gems, which will let you create your own personalized AI assistants for specific repetitive tasks. Google AI Studio, which is kind of a developer's playground, where all the newest features tend to pop up first. And Video Gen, an emerging tool that can actually generate short videos just from text or image. That's a hint at the next frontier.
And all of this leads to the ultimate question, doesn't it? With tools that can research, create, and connect our digital lives this seamlessly, are we looking at the future of how we work and how we create? It's a powerful thought, and it's going to be absolutely fascinating to see just how deeply these tools get woven into everything we do.